I had a couple of questions about the orbital patterns that I see on maps. It seems like I usually come across these maps in the backgrounds of action movies, but there's some satellite or something orbiting the Earth, and it starts in the south and goes up to the north and then comes back to the south. So I wondered what caused that. And the answer is, if you have something orbiting obliquely to the equator, it starts out in the south right here, heads up to the north toward the equator, which would be about right here, and then keeps heading up to its peak right here at the northernmost point, and then comes back down and starts heading to the south, and then just repeats the pattern. The other question I had was, it looks like a sine wave, so how can I show that it is or isn't a sine wave? And I think the best answer is, if you're looking at a straight circle perpendicular and you graph out a sine wave on that, you're going to get a sine wave with a full amplitude. But as you change your viewpoint and you come up this direction here, you're still going to get the same pattern or the same sine wave. You're just going to get it with a decreased amplitude. I think you could also imagine that if we unwrapped the map off of the globe and stretched it out this way, then the satellite will travel across the x-axis here, but then it'll travel up and down the y-axis here, forming the sine wave. But it'll have a decreased amplitude because this will be the peak of the sine wave right here. While if this was this orbit went over the poles, then we'd get the full amplitude.